Kugel.
Oh my God, I haven't had that in so long.
You want some
How do you
kugel?
do it? You take egg noodles,
Egg noodles.
and what do? It's got to be very simple,
Wait,
right?
I turn this thing on. Let me do this first,
Okay, then we'll do
and then
kugel
we'll do the
recipes.
kugel. uh, Even though everyone can agree that abundance and wealth are important, very few speak the language and don't even know that it is a different language. And I was one of those people. But I am very fortunate to have come to the understanding that in order to make a shift in my thinking, I must find the right teachers. My background, I was born and raised in Chicago. I studied English literature at the University of Illinois. It was the 60s, and I decided I would exchange my textbooks for a backpack. So I went traveling around the world, and when I got to Israel, I stayed. And that's where I live most of the time. And in line with my love of travel, I actively looked for and found a job at an airline where I worked for 20 years. It never would have entered my mind not to be employed. That was my mindset. Employment was the only way to make ends meet, to make money. That's the mindset. I never considered anything else but employment. So I worked for Scandinavian Airlines for 20 years, and then one day after 9/11, they decided to close the station in Tel Aviv. So I was out of a job. And I thought that was my opportunity to go out on my own. I opened up a yoga studio in Tel Aviv. I opened up a yoga retreat in the country. I was having lots of fun, lots of people, lots of students. Everything was great, but I wasn't making any money. I was just about maybe breaking even. And then my father was very ill, and he lives here in Chicago. My husband and I decided we would take a break and come to Chicago to take care of my parents. And we've been here ever since, like about 7 years. And we travel back and forth between Tel Aviv and Chicago. Um, when we came to Chicago, I started studying personal development with Bob Proctor, Laura Langmeyer, and others. And all these studies I put on credit cards because the credit card system here in the US is so different than what we have in Israel. But very quickly, over a period of time, I maxed out all these credit cards and I found myself in very bad and deep trouble, a very bad debt situation. Um, and then I started turning things around. I negotiated down 3 of the credit cards. Now I'm working on the fourth one. That will be the last one. And and I found you. I found the Chris Weiss Credit Line Millionaire, which I think is one of the best investments I ever made. Because of my paradigm and my old employee mindset and my desire to help others my age, baby boomers who have never learned the language of wealth and abundance, I think I would make an excellent addition to your team. There are so many baby boomers out there who need this information and have no idea how to find it. In addition to that, I would like to be in close proximity to Chris Wise and his team and your team, and to master the different aspects of money as you teach it. It is important to know how to access money and what to do with it once you allow it into your life. After doing so many seminars, I came to the uh, decision that I had 2 options. I could either make the gurus wrong or I could continue looking for the right fit for me, which I found in your program. I know that what I'm about to tell you will not seem strange to you, but I asked for a sign. Is this the right program for me? and I received that sign in an email from one of your sales people. Her name is Emuna. Now, Emuna in Hebrew means faith or trust. And to me, that was a sign that I have to go with this course. I am now in the process of applying for credit, and I fully intend to remain a student of this material and until I have shifted my mindset and mastered the skills. It would be a privilege to serve others through my own learning process, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to work in this program.